The annual Edo Language Day Worldwide program was successfully hosted in 6 locations this year. Last year, the program was hosted in 5 locations and 1 location was added to the list this year. This includes Toronto, Canada, Ekpoma, Okbila, Ososo, Auchi, and Benin City, the heart of Edo State. The celebration here in Toronto on August 10th was a partnership with OEZ, University of Toronto. The program was hosted inside the campus and the school provided some resources for us to host the event. The auditorium where the event was hosted was provided by the school. Even last year, it was also a partnership with the University of Toronto. The school has been very supportive of the production of Edo Language Day Worldwide program in Toronto. 2 prominent Canadian politicians also graced the event here in Toronto this year. Honorable Jane Augustine was honored with an award from the ancient Benin Kingdom, and she explained her experience visiting Nigeria decades ago when she was still a member of parliament. She visited Benin City, Onitsha, and some other places in Nigeria. We also had member of provincial parliament, MPP David Smith. He graced the event and provided certificates of recognition for our committee members and volunteers. I would like to appreciate the Edo community here in Toronto for supporting the program this year, including the Edo State Association of Nigerians, ESANIC, also supported the program. Thanks to our Edo people that flew all the way from the United States of America to attend the event here on August 10th, including the Crown Prince of Onosha Olona in Delta State, Prince Ephraim Nobuoke. He flew all the way from Washington, D.C. to attend the event here in Toronto because he's a descendant of the Benin Kingdom. He also explained during the occasion how his ancestors left the Benin Kingdom for more than 400 years ago. It was an amazing event this year. Thanks to the University of Toronto for always being supportive of Edo Language Day Worldwide program. The Edo Language Day Worldwide platform is beyond just revitalizing and harmonizing the linguistic heritage of the Edo people. It encompasses many things. It promotes the unity and oneness of all Edo sons and daughters and descendants of the Benin Kingdom. This year's program featured the Diary of Edo Language Day Worldwide. It was the first edition of our book. We have decided to document all our activities, what we have done so far since the inception of Edo Language Day Worldwide in August 13, 2022. And some of our activities, especially this year, we went to Metropolitan Museum in New York to visit some Benin bronzes. And we also visited the United Nations as well, the members of Edo Language Day Worldwide. The Edo Language Day Worldwide platform is a part of our efforts to reenact the ancient African civilization. Our activities so far have been well documented in this book. And the first edition was published this year. We are looking forward to publish the second edition next year. Every year as we continue to accumulate more activities, we add them to the book. And
in Benin poetry, it can serve many purposes. Sometimes it's for levity, just for laughter. Sometimes it's a serious subject. At other times, it's reflecting on some history. And the other time, it brings out a message. The poem that I just read in Benin has to do with the tradition when a child sneezes, the mother will often say, "Not you, my child." And the poet is asking, your child just sneezed, and you are saying, "Not you, my child." He said, that is lying. And you as a mother, you are saying such. What do you expect your child to do? The child is going to lie too. And that is the basis of lying when the truth is not known. So the poet is saying, be careful, because a liar is never believed. Thank you.
Thank you. Please give him a round of applause, because for me, this is the lesson of the day. And I promise I won't tell you any lie or misrepresent anything. Let's give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Other native languages in Edo State are Esako, Esan, Akoko Edo, and many others, which are all rooted in Edo language. Edo language is also spoken in Delta State. As for its origin, the Edo language has ancient roots in the historical Benin Kingdom, which flourished through the 19th century to present day in southern Nigeria, and they are one of the oldest kingdoms in Africa that survived the intricacies of colonization and the British punitive expedition of 1897. This confirms the ascension of the former Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, in a speech delivered in Benin City during the National Festival of Arts and Culture, NAFEST, in 2019. He depicts the Benin Kingdom as a citadel of culture, an ancient city that is steeped in the splendor of our cultural fineness and tradition. Today marks our second year of celebrating the annual Edo Language Day program. This year's program is hosted in 6 locations, including Ososo, Ekoma, Okwila, Benin City, Toronto, and Auchi. As we celebrate this year's program, we pray that the Almighty God of our ancestors guide and protect us and give us the strength and wisdom to uphold tapestry of our culture and continue with the legacy of our forebears. Thank you all. I welcome you all to this program. This is our second edition of the Edo Language Day Worldwide. We're here broken out.
Again, please give her.
Oh,
that is the PowerPoint. So, thank you. I want to get this off.
128. I will go in the 9157. Where you have to be? And I said, over between 10 and 20%. Only when I got a level, in my area, and I said, if I need a pigeon, do ya? The right one, do you want one? I will hear go, I can hear national, I wear pigeon. This is the theory. I created Midwest. I created Midwest. I don't have a capital or in Midwest. Yeah, here in Midwest, if you are in an area, if you have to have a idea. The population of Edo in 1962, under 93,000. 1964, we have under 106,000. Only 13,000 people now in the department. It won't go everywhere. A local government, the market, not all in my area, school area, Mamalia, 1967, we bought so administrator the city council. Wow. So the policy, when I do it, only my Kayamaria with our school, my school, if you have to marry, those are the men I get to go to schools, you know what to do. All I'm here to the bride begin the ministry, the school board. And when you go to the bride begin, and when you go forward, or you go near the bride begin, and you are all here, you run, drop by the here my money. I go to school. The government here want to take over school in 1973. The one here already do not a waffle. Again, I'm going to buy my carry of power. Edo Nazaré, the school year. If you are you in a half lesson, Okurapa Wamuku Barbayo, Nazedo Cabo, okay, late Chief Dr. Jacob Iradewa. You lose no money, can't be Bill However. You lose no agni, I will be. Already do not here school. If I was not many young a very time 1934, Ohio 1936, a Bimina 1937, Rob Dagmar 1948, Ozedu, Interpreter 1953. Already by and then able to do a Guavana do by 1956. An agni a reader, a go down, a Guinefo, a Bekara, no Kaila 65, or Consul 70 points in Benin. If a play of Kaila, now I Consul 70, a safe boy. I really been so when was soon. And when I was been, I will go, Kivale, Iran, and I recommend that being an I am my Nazaré school. If you do, and I will tell you, and it may be, ya, we be like you, and I will. Every night, a guy that's not winning, that's when I book winning day. Yanni Buna is when I book winning day. On that, a mamma, if you are those are the I will let you in my body. Here, my can. I will every man. Here, the woman can. Here, I get near I am not joining this. When we lost way back 1948, any of where I was serious, all people that are civilized in the world speak and write their languages in books. But my people of Edo land, for no reason, abandon their own language. They have turned English into an important language, which they now speak. It is a thing of great shame that when 2 or 3 people meet, they will speak in English. From the Oba and council chiefs to all the small children, making it look as if English language is what God used in creating the world. This development shows that we do not want to throw away our language, but we want to turn ourselves into the slaves of the English forever. That was way back 1948.
1948.
Et non, on a assume on a moins là-dedans. Et pour nous avoir bébé là-dedans, on a un bébé dans le monde là-dedans qui faut tirer dessus. On a amassé woman, car oui. Et nous avons sur nous avec un scoop et un de Nazel. Ebo que epidien de doit répond et réaliser au wow au area et bien mon appel à l'ouest ne rien bien à l'ouest à répond à l'ego et réaliser au ouest il y a pas de mal à réaliser et de voir igwe mubono so quoi voilà igwe ni et on est quand de regarder tout travail et il on est regarder tout travail. A pigeon, a gallus, like women. If we a do a cold week here, so put my water in my house, Maya, a tin can do. Esquire, thing, women can do more. Maya, we are saying, then I did Ronda, I school in Florida. And I say, a more booster in my law, in
I have Dr. Johan presenting Vachiwe, what are you called, or what you will call yourself. Please give a round of applause, please.
Wahia wawese ukali wona mamu miseo. Edenena elihoni kwana oye bati ewe demino iwe. Era me uji lawa uswale obeyo tonesio. Onikmia boda are arioba onikmia boda are okowa. Sokma Only my bill, it my bill. If me a body, man, egg and women. Quickly, I'd like to say good afternoon to everyone. The title of my work is What is Your Name? It's so easy for us to point fingers to the powers that be over us. We want to look inward. We want to focus on ourselves. If we want to reclaim our identity, we have to start from home. Charity begins at home. Our takeaway today will be for us to understand which my teacher has already laid the foundation, historical precedents that impacted the identity and of the Benin people, and then the significance of the name culture. I would also love for you to take away at the end of the day the appreciation and significance of your own name. We have to start with you. And then at the end, what are those actionable steps we should take to make this happen after now? For the benefit of those who are not directly from Benin, of course we know the Nigerian map and we know where the Edo State is situated. If you don't know, please get a hold of Nekmen. The next time she's going to Benin, she's ready to come take you along. This is the Reverend Oba, and in his procession, the Royal Majesty Oba Ewaye II, Oba Atokwe. In Benin, before every occasion is begun, which I believe also happened here today,
Yes.
the kola nut is presented. In the same way, we have not given up the kola. I speak Benin very well, but inclusiveness is what we talk about. So, if you want me to switch to Benin, I can do that very well as well. Kola nut is being part of the core of the culture. In the same way, we have not forgotten all this. What about the main thing that keeps us together? What is a name? In Benin, as it is in Africa, name is not just name for naming's sake. No. When we name a child, it is supposed to tell a history. Yes. It is supposed to have a meaning. It is supposed to remind you of the circumstances surrounding the child's birth. It is also supposed to tell you what you believe, what you hope this child will become in the future. Yes. So your name can also be your prayer to the child. Does your name answer for you? Last month, June, I had the opportunity to be in a different location for a talk like this. And the person who came to pick me in the airport said, is an Oyibo man, or where does your name answer for you? That's the first time I'm hearing that. But I know the answer, that my name speaks for me. Itoha, Itohani, or my name speaks for me. Itoha, this blessing. It's only my mother that calls me.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it is my great honor. We are talking about history. When we talk about history, when you talk about history in Canada, you can't do it without mentioning the Honorable Dr. Oshin Augustine. For many of you came from the US and all that, so I just thought I'd give you a good introduction. Those who are from Canada, they know her very well because there are schools named after her. Wow. There are parks named after her. Wow. Exactly. Let's do that. Wow. There are schools named after her. Wow. There are parks named after her. Wow. There are books about her. Wow. Even the universities, they have foundations and centers about her. Yes, there's a park that's very close to people. So she made the motion for us to celebrate Black History Day in Canada. Wow. And not only that, there's way more we can, I mean, just Google it, you can get a lot of information. But as when I came to Canada about 25, 27 years ago, I was in an event and I heard her speak. I didn't know who she was, and there was no technology as much as now, right? I heard her speak, I said, I would so love to know that woman. That was just what I said. And today we talked on the phone, and I've got to see her beautiful heart. More than what you read in history, this is a mother of history. Oh, wow. This is a mother of history. And she has sat here twice, probably one of the first to always arrive. One of the first to always arrive.
Yes.
And makes her time available.
Yes.
You want to learn leadership? Just hang out with the Honorable Dr. Oshin Augustine. Wow. So it is my honor, my distinguished Mama, you know, I love you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you.
Yes, the humility you have is
extraordinary. And I mean, our age is not a secret because if you Google her, the first thing Wikipedia will tell you is you are looking at somebody way above 80. So I'll let you go to do your own research. I don't want to mention, say you don't mention the age of a woman, right? So, but Mama, it is our distinguished honor, right? And you have to come as well. This is not this. You are a mama in making. 100%. Put your hands together. And please, can we rise on our feet? Please, in honor of this, in honor of the Edo language, in honor of the mention of social justice in Canada, an icon, not an icon in the making, I say an icon. If you have seen down, let it be because your legs don't work. And please, put your hands together, come on, somebody, as we welcome the Honorable, the Dr. Jean Auguste. Come on, let's see one of guys.
Sitting beside me, and I said, how do you say hello? How do you say friends? How do you say good afternoon? How do you say good evening? Oh, but my God. Yes, I can say bonjour. As an 87-year-old, maybe you can sit down, please.
Yes.
I came here in 1960. When I came to Canada in 1960, there were 18 million Canadian. The population was around 18 million. The population is now around 41 million.
Wow.
So you can see that I've seen the growth in population.
Yes.
The things that were missing in the society at the time, although Canada was known for its diversity, working towards fair and just and inclusive society, there were lots of things that were missing for African Canadians, Black people, or people of color in Canadian society.
Yes.
And so there was work to be done. We had no Charter of Rights and Freedom at the time. Canada's constitution was held in Britain. We had no, by the way, we brought our constitution back in 1982, and we amended it with what we call the Charter of Rights and Freedom. And so from 1982, we have Section 15 that we tout all the time, because Section 15 of the Charter says you cannot discriminate on the basis of age, sex, ethnic, etc., etc. The issue of celebrating who we are, who you are, who we are in Canadian society, that was a discussion that was taking place throughout the 50s and the 60s. The question as to who are we in Canadian society? Who's joining us in Canadian society? There were many past wrongs in Canadian society around the Japanese, around the Chinese, different things that have happened that we're not very proud of. Slavery and the residues of slavery and the non-recognition of people of African descent in Canadian society. And so the discussion, who are we? Are we just English and French? In the Constitution, there were arrangements for the French, the Catholic school system. There were arrangements that somehow gave certain privileges and certain rights. At the same time, we were looking at the coming into Canada of people from all parts of the world. And so the question is, who are we in Canadian society? That was a big thing at the time, having committees go around the country and hearing from communities. By 1971, we agreed that we were a multicultural, multiracial, multi-ethnic, multi-religious society.
Wow.
And as we talk about who we were and who we are in Canadian society, we recognize that we also had to give credit to those who were joining us, bringing their culture, bringing their traditions, bringing their language, and making space for that in Canadian society, that we can say who we are,
Yes.
that you can have that sense of belonging,
Yes.
that you can feel that sense of inclusiveness, and that you had a place in Canadian society. And so I'll just make reference to the motion that I got for Black History Month in Canada, because I had to go for just the facts. Just the facts. And what are the facts? That we, as Black people, have been in Canada since 1603. There was a young man born in the Azores who was a navigator on a ship that came with Champlain and was the first documented, as it were, Black person, around 1603. Two, that not only have we been here since 1603, but we have been contributing to Canadian society.
Yes.
Three, that we are a diverse African-Canadian society. I came from the Caribbean. Others came from different parts of Europe too,
Yes.
Canada. And of course, the continental Africans like yourselves who have made contribution to the growth and the development of Canada. And I call on the Parliament of Canada to acknowledge that and to have Black History Month, just as the Americans were doing
Yes.
since 1925,
Yes.
so that we could celebrate who we are. And so I'm very proud, very pleased to receive this today, my sister.
Thank you.
And also, I do a little boasting here. I've been to Benin. Right? I've been to Benin City. I stayed in Benin City in one of those palatial houses. And had great experience 8 to 9 times in the country Nigeria. And so I am very pleased, very thankful, very grateful, very honored to have and to receive this gift today.
Thank you.
So for you particularly, and if you know this song, join. What this actually says was that you are a leader that God uses to
Yes.
take care of the world.
Thank
And
you
we
for
wish you, and you will live long to the day
Yes.
your Creator says. That's what it's going to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please give a round of applause to him.
That have begun the processes where those names are being replaced. He is the first man of African descent, the first Black man that is a member of parliament in the PC party, the Conservative Progressive. In the history of the party, over 150-something years, he is currently the only Black man in the Ontario Parliament, Provincial Parliament of Ontario. He is generous and a champion of our community. In fact, it is his office that has produced those many scrolls that will be awarded to some of us today. I bring to us and I encourage us to join me in a standing ovation to welcome the one and only Member of Provincial Parliament, MPP David Smith.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Thank you.
I can't hear you. Message is real and right. I must say today, I'm humbled to see my sister. Where did she go? Oh. She's right here. Okay. I'm humbled to see my sister, Jean Augustine. She and I have gone back many years ago. I think I'm going with what the doctor from Harvard stated. I think I'm trying an alias thing. My name is David Smith, but I know it's not that. Okay? So I'm one of those guys who are looking down the trail and trying to find out where I'm actually coming from. Because the alias that I carry, it's my real name on my birth certificate, but I know that is not the name of my foreparents. Yes. So something happened along the way. Yes. And I'm happy to be amongst my brothers and sisters here today, because every time I get an opportunity to be in a place like this, I like to talk about seeing the people of my roots, of my origin, and I do respect that. And I do say this, please do not change your name for no reason whatsoever, because I love your name. I wish I had a name like that. And that's real times. I wish.
Thank you so much. We heard you, we feel you, and we are with you. From today, we are gathered here as a good people. You are part of us. Yes. We see you in us, and we feel you as well. Today, we'll give you Osaikofo. It means God has been with you all this while, and will continue to be with you. And it does not keep any malice at all with you. That's the meaning of the psychology.
God never fails. Warren, our children to speak and those, then we want to do this. My sister. My honor.
Last year, can this oil?
Come to we say in the middle.
Lima ya nenefo, kalima kiekenima, yeye ima kwaima, yeye ikeke kwaima, yeye ezebe ima, yeye erabo ima. Lima kaube midaya, yohi kimare, yeye mada kwaima.
Yeah. My father, my mother, again, my daughter.
Yeye mother koyo.
Yeah, my baby women. That's one little Makiari.
And coming up next, well, let's celebrate ISOSA first. Give ISOSA 3 rounds of applause. For the courage, for the bravery. Actually, if you don't know, ISOSA, we thought it was poetry. He just prayed for all of us.
Yes.
That was actually the Lord's prayers in Edo.
Yes. For children. Yes.
For children, yes.
What we are giving a car.
So the destruction of a family system is the destruction of a society. In the family system, the heart of it is the elders. So that's why when as a young we get married, young, it is the elders, the grandmothers, the grandfathers that raise the children in great wisdom. Because the young have to go out there and find food and learn and explore. And the wisdom of the elders to raise the child. That is the structure of the society that we have. And because our ancestors they know the importance of the family system and this structure, that is why, welcome, we can still yes. Thank you, good time. So because they know the importance of the system, you realize that as maidens we marry in good time. We start having children when our bodies can still heal and recuperate. And the beauty of such system is that we all as children we grow up to see our generations, 4, 5, 6 generations at a time. And the elders they grow up to see their generations at a time. 4 generations to minimum. Because the children usually are raised by the grandmothers and the grandfathers of our homes. And that is why people, when they start getting gray hair, not like now, we dye it when we see it. When we start having our gray hairs show, it is an honor to the wisdom that we hold. And when we say elder, it's not because just of age. We have to earn it. It's wisdom. There are initiations we have to go through. That your character and your value have to uphold that elderhood. It is in that knowledge to say that it is on these shoulders that we stand today. That these honors that lay in their bed, no day goes by without us understanding the sacrifices, the ones we know, the ones we don't know, that you have made. But you know the sweet things about our elders, they have so much stories for us to tell. 2 hours they'll be telling the stories. Unfortunately, our modern life will not give us the advantage of listening to the wonderful stories that we hold. And I wonder what instructions we do for ourselves with that. But even for that, thank you for still telling those stories. And use this opportunity to honor the leader for making aware of the stories for the world today. Urese kakabo.
Lady Arabiamo, Nokia Oberi.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Yes, thank you. Yes. Oh, this is
Dr. Elmo Esther. Is she here today? Dr. Elmo Esther. Dr. Tuanjumi. Yes, Dr. Mrs. Rita Obiasoye. Yes.
All right, and now everybody, we will stand in ovation for the women for whom we are here today. The one who brings us all together, irrespective of where we're from. There is this special award going now to Miss Nepe Obasoye.
And it's an honor to be speaking to you, my beautiful Edo people, and our guests today about the importance of our cultural heritage. My name is Inimeoi Mousa Usazua Asu. I want to start by thanking our guest sister here, Lady Nepe Obasoye, for thinking, executing, and persisting on this noble initiative. I have spoken to her on a few occasions, and I must tell you that putting this together is not easy.
No.
So please, let's give her a round of applause.
Yes.
Edo culture comes with a lot of beautiful stories. Stories of courage, love, endurance, stories like the stories of Queen Eden, and Emota. So today I'd like to give my speech.
The predominant culture that presided over the land for centuries is the Benin culture, and that is why till today, every major royal family in Anioma today, you will always see the symbol of Ada. You can't do without it.
Yes.
The rattle staff is Isikure. We have it in Anioma today. The rattle staff for the Easterners is different. It's normally made with iron. That of Anioma is made with wood, just as it is done in Benin. And when you see Isikure for Anioma people, Edo people, you will see the carve, like for that of the Igbo, you see it's just like a bell attached to the rod. While that of ours, you see the carved holes where the rattle beads are slotted in.
Yes.
Again, a sign of who we are as by culture. So, without taking much of our time, Onitsha is an ancient Benin settlement of warriors, and that is who we are. And Anioma as a whole was predominantly ruled by the Benin princes in the past. And
Nekme Obasogie, the leader of Edo Language Day, the initiator of Edo Language Day, our little girl who has become a princess and a queen among us. Please, ladies and gentlemen, before we start, put your hands together, a round of applause. It's not going to hear this, they say China might come in small packages.